Have you ever stopped to consider if the Ten Commandments are just relics of a bygone era, or if they conceal life-altering secrets for today's world? In an age where moral boundaries are constantly tested, these ancient edicts might just be the key to unlocking a revolutionary way of navigating our complex ethical landscapes. What if I told you that these commandments, etched into stone thousands of years ago, continue to shape the very fabric of our modern justice system and our collective sense of right and wrong? Imagine discovering that their reach extends far beyond the walls of religious institutions, influencing the core values of societies across the globe. Join us as we uncover the profound impact these divine directives have on our daily lives, even in the most unexpected ways. Honoring the sacred in a secular world. In our relentless pursuit of career success and personal achievement, the notion of a day of rest might seem antiquated, even counterproductive. Yet this is precisely where the ancient wisdom of the fourth commandment challenges our modern lifestyle. Keep the Sabbath day holy, an edict that may appear restrictive at first glance, but upon closer inspection, unveils a blueprint for holistic living. Imagine a rhythm of life where time is set aside not for what we do, but for who we are and who we could become. Envision a weekly pause, a sanctuary in time where we disconnect from the demands of our surroundings and reconnect with our inner selves, our families, and the divine. This principle of sacred rest confronts the very essence of our society's hustle culture, advocating for balance, restoration, and reflection amidst life's chaos. It speaks to the heart of humanity's yearning for meaning beyond the material, for moments of stillness in a world of constant motion. By reintroducing the sanctity of the Sabbath into our lives, we reclaim a sense of purpose and identity that transcends our daily routine, elevating our experience from mere existence to true living. Let us then explore how this timeless commandment can revolutionize our contemporary quest for fulfillment and well-being, unlocking the door to a more reflective, intentional state of being within our intricately woven modern tapestry. The value of truth in the era of misinformation. In an age where information is at our fingertips, but trust in what we read and hear is at an all-time low, the ninth commandment urges a return to integrity. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. This ancient directive calls us into a deep contemplation about the essence of truth and the power of our words. Our conversations, our media choices, the stories we share, all echo the biblical imperative to uphold honesty as sacred. Imagine a society where individuals commit to the veracity of their speech as passionately as they seek out reliable sources of information. The issue at hand goes beyond avoiding lies. It's about cultivating a culture that values transparency and abhors deception. In the din of competing voices and clashing opinions, how do we discern and protect the truth? It starts with personal accountability, assessing the validity and impact of what we communicate both online and offline. Navigating through the quagmire of fake news, alternative facts, and viral rumors, we find the biblical wisdom shining a light on the path to authenticity. Every tweet, every blog post, every news report carries with it the potential to build or break the common good. Herein lies our challenge and our call: to be custodians of truth in our everyday interactions, championing factual dialogue over falsehoods and gossip. As we reflect on this charge, let's venture further into understanding how applying this commandment can transform our relationships and our society. In the shadows of towering skyscrapers and within the endless scroll of online storefronts, we find ourselves in a perpetual state of wanting more. Yet, nestled within the ancient wisdom of the Ten Commandments, lies a countercultural edict: do not covet. At first glance, this seems a simple plea for contentment, but its implications run deep into the fabric of our soul and society. Consider the modern pursuit of happiness, often tied to the acquisition of the latest gadget, the trendiest clothing, or the flashiest car. We are bombarded with messages that whisper seductively, the more you have, the happier you'll be. But is this the truth? The commandment calls us to question the relentless chase for material wealth and to ponder if true joy can be found on store shelves or if it resides somewhere deeper, somewhere more profound. This beckons us to explore what it means to be truly content. Is it possible that by redefining our desires, anchoring them not in possessions but in relationships, experiences, and spiritual growth, we could uncover a more lasting form of happiness. Imagine a life where our worth isn't measured by what we own, but by the love we share and the peace we foster within. By contemplating the age-old prohibition against coveting, we begin to untangle ourselves from the clutches of materialism. We are invited to look inward and upward, seeking satisfaction not in the next purchase, but in the richness of a life lived with gratitude and generosity. Reflect on this. How might your life change if you chose to live by the principle less is more? What if the greatest wealth you could accumulate was not stacked in your bank account, but woven into the tapestry of your character and your community? Let us hear from you. How do you navigate the tension between societal pressures to acquire more and the scriptural call to contentment? Share your strategies and stories of seeking fulfillment in what truly matters. In our journey through the profound simplicity of the Ten Commandments, we arrive at a place where respect for life and the sanctity of relationships take center stage. Here, the divine mandates against murder and adultery are not merely prohibitions, they are fundamental affirmations of the value we place on human life and the integrity of our bonds with one another. In today's world, where the news cycle often numbs us with its constant barrage of violence and betrayal, these commandments serve as beacons that call us back to our moral core. Reflecting on the commandment against taking a life, we ponder the diverse ways in which this principle informs our interactions, from the stark reality of physical violence to the subtle aggressions we inflict through words and actions. The reverence for life extends beyond the literal interpretation. It is also about nurturing compassion and empathy within our communities. The act of devaluing a person's existence in any form, be it through character assassination or indifference to their suffering, echoes the gravitas of violating this commandment. In a sense, we are challenged to consider how every act of kindness, every gesture of understanding, is an affirmation of this sacred principle, that life is precious and worthy of protection and respect. Turning our gaze to the commandment against adultery, we are reminded of the deep significance of trust and fidelity in relationships. In a society brimming with temptations and fleeting pleasures, this ancient decree beckons us to honor the commitments we make to one another. It encourages us to cultivate relationships built on mutual respect, transparency, and steadfast love. We are invited to embrace a vision of marriage and partnership as covenants that transcend mere contractual obligations. They are holy unions, symbolic of the greater union between humanity and the divine. How do we then, in a world that sometimes seems to trivialize such commitments, uphold the depth and sacredness inherent in our closest relationships? This commandment compels us to reject the casual breaking of bonds and instead cherish the profound beauty in a promise kept, a trust maintained, a covenant honored. The essence of these commandments speaks to a profound respect for life and relational integrity. They ask us to weave into the fabric of our daily lives a commitment to protect and cherish others, to guard the hearts of those we love, and to foster a society that upholds the dignity of every individual. As we reflect on the implications these commandments have for our modern context, let us consider, how might we more fully embody these timeless truths in the way we live, the way we love, and the communities we build? As we draw our exploration to a close, let us carry with us the understanding that the Ten Commandments transcend time and culture. They are not merely historical artifacts, but vibrant wellsprings of wisdom, offering enduring solutions to the ethical and moral dilemmas we face in our modern world. By weaving these ancient principles into the fabric of our daily existence, we not only honor our past, but also pave the way for a more conscientious, just, and compassionate future. In this spirit, we invite you to reflect on the messages shared today. How do the insights gleaned from the Ten Commandments resonate with your life? Can their deep-seated truths help guide your decisions, relationships, and journey towards personal growth? We encourage you to engage with us, sharing your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Remember, your voice is a vital part of the Divine Light community, where together we seek to illuminate the path of spiritual wisdom in a complex world. If our journey through the divine directives has sparked a new perspective or reinforced your faith, consider subscribing to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Share this video with friends and family who may also find value in reimagining the 10 Commandments for the contemporary age. Stay with us as we continue to explore biblical wisdom, applying its profound teachings to the challenges and questions of today. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey towards truth and transformation.